Hey guys, it's Kaz here, aka Cats and Camera, and today I'm doing my May and June book haul. Now, I did record my May book haul at the beginning of last month, but I was looking through my videos and realised I never posted it. So I went on my computer and I'd randomly put it in the wrong folder. So instead of just scrapping that whole video, I thought I might as well just add on last month's and put it together and just make a longer one. So in May I picked up a total of 12 things, and I just want to say also I never pay full price for my books. I will link in one of the corners somewhere the price of each thing that I pick up, just so you can see that it is possible to find books at good prices. So first up, I picked up A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. Now, to be honest, normally I'm not somebody that picks things up straight away. For instance, I got Lady Midnight a month or two after release and it was only £1 off Amazon brand new. So I like to wait a bit. But the pre-order for this was only £3.85, so not only did I buy it in the month, I also pre-ordered it. For the first time ever, I pre-ordered a book. Everyone knows what this book is about, and I did have a little bit of a slight rant in my wrap-up video, which I will link below. So a month or two ago, I can't remember how long ago, I read The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan, which is the first in the Kane Chronicles, and I really didn't enjoy it. I think I ended up giving it 2 stars or 2.5 or something. So I felt like I needed my faith in Rick Riordan to be restored. So I picked up 2 of his books. I got The Trials of Apollo, The Hidden Oracle. This is the first one. Actually, I also pre-ordered this because even though the hardback was out, the paperback wasn't yet either. So this month I actually pre-ordered 2 books. I've never pre-ordered anything ever before. This one was also cheap, so that's why I did it. And then I also picked up Magnus Chase and the Swords of Summer. This one is the Norse God one, I think. I'm looking forward to checking this one out. Hopefully it's not just the Greeks and the Romans I enjoy. Hopefully it's just the Egyptian one that I don't enjoy. Right. I picked up the first 3 volumes of Runaways. The first being Pride and Joy. The second is Teenage Wasteland. And the third is The Good Die Young. And these are by Brian K. Vaughan and Adrian Alfona. So this is basically a middle grade comic series where a bunch of kids find out that all their parents are supervillains. I've read the first one, I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the next 2. Here's the sort of artwork in here. Nice and bold, but quite simple as well. I also ended up finally picking up Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. This one I've had on my watch list for a long time, but I wanted to find a decent price for it. Looking forward to this one. This is one of those graphic novels that everyone's read or everyone knows about but made a film about it, and I've heard very, very good things, so I am looking forward to giving this one a go. And here's the artwork in here. It's an older series, so you can tell by the sort of artwork that they have. Modern day seems to be a lot slicker and a lot shinier, obviously paper. Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire. This is volume 1, Out of the Deep Woods. This is another one that I had heard a little bit about and had some interest in, and then found it for cheap, so I thought I might as well grab it. We have the artwork. It has papery pages like Watchmen rather than the glossy ones that most of them have. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this one as well. See what it's all about and see if I want to carry on the series. Next up, I picked up The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. This one I found in a charity shop for 95p, so I thought, why not? This is a book that I've heard a lot about on BookTube, but I never really had the intention of picking it up. I don't know why, it just wasn't something that completely grabbed me. But because I saw it for so cheap, I thought I might as well grab it and see what all of the hype is about. This is about a circus that only comes out at night. Next up is another charity shop find, and this is Becoming a Man by Paul Monette. And this is basically I don't know if it's a biography. It's about him growing up as a gay man in the 50s, 60s and 70s. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. I think most things I've read about sexuality has been kind of modern the last 20 years, so it'll be interesting but also probably heartbreaking to read something set as far back as the 50s, and also the fact that it's a true story. So I am looking forward to giving this one a go. And last but not least, I picked up Chew Volume 12. This is Sour Grapes by John Layman and Rob Guillory, and this is the last volume in Chew. I'm scared in case I see some spoilers, but I'll show you what the artwork is like. I'll try not to look at this when I'm editing it, but yes, I love the artwork in here. And the last thing in May that I picked up was The Forest of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan. Now I heard a few bits and bobs about this on BookTube and I found it in a charity shop for cheap, so I thought I might as well pick it up. It was on a day where I was out and about and didn't have a book with me, so I wanted something just in case. This one, from what I gather, it's zombie-ish, I think, and it's about this girl, Mary, who lives in this sort of very sheltered village, and you're not meant to go in the woods. Now on to June. Because June was Pride Month, I picked up a lot of books that are LGBTQ+, so in fact I think all of them were, apart from maybe this one probably. And the first one's Letting Go by Alex Hanscombe. I won this in a Goodreads giveaway, which is cool because I've won 2 now. It's fun to get things for free. But yeah, this is a real crime story about this woman that was murdered, told by her son that was 3 at the time, and he was the only witness to the murder. So because I like a bargain, I check out Amazon and eBay quite a lot, and I've been picking up the volumes of Deadpool. This is number 3, X marks the spot. I've just been grabbing them in any order whenever they're cheap, and eventually I'll collect all of this. And Deadpool's pansexual, so he fits into my LGBT+ haul, I guess. And here's some bits and pieces of the artwork. Next up, I got At Swim 2 Boys by Jamie O'Neill. This one I wasn't 100% sure with because I don't really like historical fiction, especially around the sort of World War I and II times. It just doesn't interest me. And this is set in 1916, but it's set in Ireland and it's not the war, I don't think anyway. But I checked out Goodreads before I picked this up and it's got really high rating, so I thought why not. It was cheap. It's about these 2 boys. One of them is teaching the other one how to swim, and yeah, I think they sort of become more than friends, and because it's set in that period of time, I don't know how it's going to be handled. It's really interesting. It's a bit of a chunk of a book, and yeah, the reviews are astounding, so I'm looking forward to this one and hopefully I'll like it as much as everybody else. Next up, I picked up Golden Boy by Abigail Tartolin, and this one is about an intersex character. This one is another thing that's got high reviews. A lot of people really enjoy this book, so I am looking forward to it. This follows Max, our main character, who has a secret, and I'm not really sure what happens, but I think somebody probably outs that secret about him being intersex. And yeah, that's about all I know about this book. I don't really like knowing a lot when going into things like this, but I am looking forward to it. Next up, I picked up What They Always Tell Us by Martin Wilson. This one, again, is LGBT, Pride Month. This follows 2 brothers and their relationship, and one of them sort of falls for one of the other brother's friends, something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but I know this is kind of mostly family, and maybe sexuality is a bit more of a back burner thing. Not read it yet, so I don't know 100%. I also picked up Boyfriends with Girlfriends by Alex Sanchez. This is the last Alex Sanchez book that I didn't own, so I own all of his work now, and I've read them all apart from this one. So in this, we've got quite a few different sexualities being explored. There's Sergio, who's bisexual but he's only ever dated girls, and there's a gay character, Lance, who's never actually had a boyfriend but he obviously knows he's gay. We've got Ali, who's been into guys all of her life, and she meets a girl and she finds herself developing feelings for that girl. I do really enjoy Alex Sanchez's work, so Yep. Next up we have The Art of Being Normal by Lisa Williamson. This one I read is about a main character, David, who knows that, I don't know whether to use the pronoun he or she, because throughout most of this book it's he, but she knows that she's a trans girl, but it's sort of dealing with that aspect. I'm meeting this other character, Leo, who is new to their school, and finding out stuff about Leo as well, and kind of coming to terms with trying to explain who she is to her family and friends and school. I really enjoyed this anyway. I'll give you more of my thoughts in my wrap up. And then last but certainly not least, I have The Raven King by Nora Sakavic. This is the second book in the All for the Game trilogy, the first being The Foxhole Court, which I really enjoyed, so I was waiting to pick this one up. I just can't warrant paying £10 for a book, so I was waiting for it to get cheaper, and it did, so I picked this up. I've already read it, 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely looking forward to the conclusion. This follows our main character Neil, who plays this made-up game in the story called Exy, and it's all about him and his past. There's a lot of secrets in his past. The team that he plays on is kind of for dysfunctional people, so there's a lot of different people and different reasons why they're on this, and it's really interesting to learn about all these different characters and what happened to them and why they're like what they're like. Yeah, quite dark, so if that's not your thing, don't check it out, but if it is, check it out. So yeah, that's my May and June book haul. Normally I hold all the books here, but because I've recorded this in several different parts, I can't even remember what's what, and I don't want to try and go digging through it all. Just to hold a stack. You just saw it all, you know what I picked up. Tell me down below what you picked up in the past couple of months, what you've been reading, or if you've read any of these books that I've mentioned, then tell me down below what you thought about them. If you're new to this channel and you like this video, please check out some of my other ones, and if you continue to enjoy those, then please subscribe, that'll be awesome. Also, sorry about my kind of absence recently. I've just not been getting the time to film videos, but hopefully I'll get back on top of them and start uploading regularly again. Also, side note, how long has YouTube had the little thumbnails where you could roll over them and it plays a bit of the video? I only noticed that the other day. Is that a new feature? I like that. It's cool. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days, hopefully, with another video. Bye. An old man on the back, but he's young on the front. What does it mean?